All right, welcome back. Fabulous Football Friday, Week 2 edition. Learn about it. Learning about teams and how they progress or don't progress from Week 1. Bring in my guy, Matt Rainier here. Matt, we saw already some massive wins. Trail showing like they are a legit team, and then Greenbrier East, maybe a team we need to circle that might have a huge year.
Oh, absolutely. They had a down year last year, unfortunately, due to injuries and a lot of other reasons. But seeing them come back, especially with that big win they had tonight, that is going to be huge for them going forward.
Yep, that is a statement win. Now, talk about statement wins. It's been our game of the week as we come back here. We've been talking about it all week long. It's the Bluefield Beavers heading to the Princeton Tigers. A matchup we thought maybe Bluefield was ready for. Maybe they could step up and take down those Tigers. Were they, though, or did the Tigers still reign king? Let's go out to Princeton to see how this one went. Under, again, the blood moon, where the rivalry is in the air as the Tigers took on the Bluefield Beavers. It's a battle between two passing teams. Max Simpson for Bluefield rolls to his right and completes a nice pass on the sideline, connecting with who? Pax Calhoun, the hero last week against their rival Graham. But it's short-lived as Landon Crane jumps up from that linebacker position, and guess who Landon Crane came from? He transferred from Bluefield this past summer to Princeton. So Princeton's defense rolling, and the defense says, hey, check this out. Bluefield says we can do it too. Direct snap, hits the backfield, and the ball drops. Jameer Harris ends up with it. Fumble goes both ways. Bluefield loses the ball, and Princeton falls on it. This time, Princeton capitalizes as Jake Belcher gets the ball, makes a cut, and there you go, getting the first score of the game. Bluefield isn't going down without a fight. Max Simpson drops back, a dime to Jordan Hess. That's a great catch, and Bluefield is driving. The Beavers go back to the air, and this time, that's right, Ty Lee Simon on the slant makes the contested catch, and the Beavers are on the board. How's Princeton going to respond? With their own air attack. Barker hits Wyatt Klein on the wide receiver screen, and he takes it all the way across the field for a big gainer. Princeton keeps their offense balanced. That's Alexander Cox with a punishing run. And one more time, for a good measure, Cox says, finish it. He puts it in with a big shoulder down hit, piles on, and that's a touchdown there to get things rolling for Princeton, and that's when things start to fall apart for Bluefield. Wyatt Klein with a beautiful throw and catch up the sideline, tapping those toes inside the pylon, and then Alexander Cox on the other side of the ball saying, let's get that, and picks it off. He gets the interception. Princeton rolls to a commanding 51-6 win. Princeton showed, Matt, they are still the big bad dogs.
Absolutely. Bluefield had that strong win for them last week against their rival Graham. I was at that game getting the highlights for us. An incredible game. So it's a little disappointing to see them unfortunately fall short here, but still, you can't win them all. And like we said, this is where you find out everything you need to know in the season. So let's get into our next matchup. It's going to be James Monroe against Shady Spring. Let's get right into the action. Let's roll it. The Mavericks on the road taking on the Tigers. A great game to start things off. Starting things off here, the Mavericks going to have to punt it away right here, but a muff punt right here. Tyson Meadows jumps on top of it. Does he have it? Yes, he does, and the Mavericks recover it. So after unfortunately not scoring the last drive, they get a fumble recovery deep in enemy territory, and they get a chance to score. Now, the quarterback rolling out. Jaden Miller takes the ball, fakes out everybody, including myself, as you saw just there. Cuts back, makes a man miss, dives to the end zone at the goal line. Is he in? Yes, he is. Touchdown. Mavericks take the lead in a tie game. They missed the PAT, though, so it's 6-0. James Monroe back on offense now, looking to try and see if they can go deep right here along the right side. They'll launch it up, and Rob Lynch almost comes away with the interception, but he's able to deflect it. A great defensive play by him to stop a potential score. But James Monroe back on the attack. Ryan Mann takes the snap, looks, he's going to lob it deep, finds his man, coming back to get it for his second touchdown of the night is Miller, and just like that, the Mavericks now lead 13-0. The Tigers, though, trying to score before the end of the half. Cal Coltiero rolling out, still looking, throws across his body, but it gets picked off in the end zone, and the Mavericks stop Shady score from scoring before half, and they go on to win 26-7.
Yeah, that's a big one right there. We are clearly learning a lot about teams, but Just because you lose doesn't mean you're a bad team or a good team yet, because it is still early, but that is a statement win by James Monroe. Very, very impressed with that one.
Absolutely. I was really impressed with their defense, especially that interception at the end of the half, just to really cement it and keep the momentum going. They had 2 touchdown drives to get things going, and especially that fumble recovery on special teams was crucial for them, because before that, it was looking like a defensive stalemate, and then all of a sudden, they had a chance to score, and they capitalized on it perfectly.
Yeah, and Ryan Mann, quarterback for James Monroe, he is starting to play really special. Played really well last week, did it again this week. Now, it's talking about playing special. Oak Hill, 1-0, hosting a 4A team, Riverside. Let's go out where we go back. 4A matchup, Riverside and Oak Hill, and the Red Devils, Luke Endicott finds Zacchaeus Lewis on the curl. He gets swarmed by the Warriors after a short gain. So, Endicott in shotgun. Endicott ready to go. Slings it outside to Lewis again. Lewis puts on a juke, and it gets the first down. Good moves by Lewis. Sets up a Red Devil first down inside the 6-yard line. Next play. Carson Treadway comes around on the sweep, looks to go inside, comes back outside, heads straight to the pylon, and that's a Red Devil touchdown. 1 Red Devil, 3 Warriors, but Carson Treadway says that's light work as he wills his way in for the score. Puts Oak Hill up 20-0. Warriors turn on offense, and Derek Sullivan comes rolling through the line of scrimmage to get the tackle. Now, Braden Tatum takes the snap. Tatum picks it up, rolls to his right. Logan Tudor is calling for it, and Tatum gives it to Tatum to Tudor, T to T, gives the Warriors some life on offense. This time, Tatum drops back, slings it outside to Tyson Arms, but Antoine Hicks is there for the quick tackle, which brings up 4th down and 5. So, Tatum, got to get this, claps again. Trying to get the Red Devils offside. He takes the snap, rolls left, dodges a tackle, throws across his body, and Carson Treadway wastes no time. See ball, get ball. Treadway is the motto for Treadway as the Red Devils move on to 2-0 this season. Another massive win for the Red Devils, and that's huge for playoff points, Matt, because whenever a 4A team beats a 4A team, you get the most amount of points you can possibly get, unlike if a 4A team beat a 3A team. So that is a huge win for Oak Hill going into playoff times for the points that they're going to be able to add up.
Absolutely, and we're expecting big things from Oak Hill this season. They had a great season last year, looking to build on that, and moving to 2-0 to start the season off is an incredible start for them, and a really statement win against another 4A team.
Yeah, now speaking of statement wins, listen, both of these teams, Greenbrier West and Summers County, they both lost week 1, and they lost kind of ugly. It was rough for both teams. So they met up at Summers County. Take it away with this highlight to see how this one went.
All right, we're going out to Summers County, where Greenbrier West is in town. Colton, here we go. Starting things off, they'll take the snap, rolling out to the outside, cutting, making a man miss, still on his feet. No one's going to catch him, but he gets dragged down just at the goal line by his helmet right there. An incredible tackle to save the day, but it leads to a score nonetheless. They punched it in 6-0. Now the Bobcats, they're on here about to punt it right here. They'll punt it away. A low punt. It'll bounce towards the 50, but it's picked up and it's taken off. Yeah, here he goes, and here he goes downfield, going untouched into the end zone. Talk about speed. Ben Butler showed it as Greenbrier West went on to roll Summers County 52-12, a statement win for them.
Absolutely, a huge win. Now let's go to some scores. We talked about Oak Hill 26-6 over Riverside. The game Matt was at, East 28-14 over Woodrow. Meadow Bridge 18-12 over Pocahontas County. Princeton 51-6 over Bluefield. Still very shocked about that one. James Monroe, Matt also was there, 26-7 over Shady Spring. James Monroe moves to 2-0. And how about Independence? Their Ohio team, Martins Ferry, comes to town, and Independence puts up 35 on them. They win. Pikeview goes 2-0. 38-30 over Liberty. Pikeview 2-0. And Midland Trail, maybe the biggest statement so far through 2 weeks, 55-0 over Polka. Mingo Central 18-6 over Westside. Petersburg 66-6 over Wyoming East. And then to wrap it up, the game Matt just talked about, Greenbrier West 52, Summers County 12. All in all, Matt, as we come back here, a couple of things on my end that I think we learned was clearly Greenbrier East is here. They're legit. to go into Woodrow and beat Woodrow like that, that tells me something, and I'm very impressed with that. You talked to Coach Lee in the summer. I think he is excited about this team, and it shows now because of that. The other thing is the obvious, and it's been the obvious under Devon Marion. Oak Hill is still really, really good. Once again, starting out 2-0 for the third straight year under Coach Marion.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see if they can continue to build on that with Oak Hill. But I want to go back to Greenbrier East. I remember Coach Lee said his motto from the season, iron sharpens iron, and a strong start to the season. I think that's what we're going to see from them as they keep building on what looks to be a really promising year for them.
Yeah, you did love that quote, and it's showing it. That does it for Fabulous Football Friday Week 2 edition. Learn About It week, and we did learn about it. But don't go anywhere. We're going to be back to wrap it all up with your final forecast right after this.